So Roman figure 4, that one is called square root. Normal square root we all know is called the square root. That symbol there is called the square root. Symbol Roman figure 4. This symbol is known as square. It's called square root. That's what it's called. Then the last one is mean. This symbol means mean, or they call it population mean for populations, or you call it population mean. That is what it's called. You can call it mean or population mean. That is what that's what that symbol is called. So that's what those symbols represent. Each of them will be 5 marks. Each of them will be 1 mark. Total 5 marks. That's the 5 marks we are saying there. Then question 1C. Question 1C says the frequency distribution for the number of minutes per week spent watching TV by 290 ODH students as contained in the table below. Now, the total number of people who watch TV per week, per minute in a week is 290. How did they arrive at the 290? That is the total frequency, total number of people, which represent what we said earlier for summation F. It represents the total number of people that watch, which is total frequency. So if you add 14 plus 46, this is 14, 46, 58, 76, 69, 62, and 6 is going to give you this 290. So if you have a calculator, you can try it out. 46 plus, let's try it out. 46 plus 14 plus 58 plus 76 plus 68 plus 6, you are going to have this 290 here, which is our total frequency, or the total number of people involved. That is our total frequency or total number of people. Why this 30 to 39, we call it class intervals. The 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, down to 90 to 99, we refer to them as class intervals. Meaning, people that watch between 30 minutes to 39 minutes are 14 persons. Those that watch from 40 minutes to 49 minutes are 46 persons. 50 to 59 minutes are 58 people. Then to 90 to 99 minutes are 6 people. There are people that watch the television during the week. So if you must have some people, you discover that we will have 290 at the end of the day. So the class interval is made up of 2 numbers. The class interval is made up of 2 numbers. Let's illustrate it. Let's use one as an example. Let's use 30 to 39 as an example now. 30 to 39. The 30 is called lower class limits. It's called lower class limits. While the 39 is called the upper class limit. That is what it's called. Upper class limit. So then, if you go back, 40 to 49, the 40 is not the lower class, the 49 is the upper class. 50 is the upper class, 50 is the lower class, 59 is the upper class, 60 lower class, 69 upper class. Just like that, then 90 lower class, 99 the upper class. Now, if you look at question Roman figure 1, the question says, find the upper class limits of the 5th class. The upper class limit of the 5th class. What is the 5th class? You can't. This is the 1st class, the 2nd class, the 3rd class, the 4th class, and the 5th class. So they are asking of the 5th class. Then, not only that, they are asking of the upper class limits. So from what we have done now, from this illustration, the first one is the lower class, the second one is the upper class. So By mere looking at the question, you know that the upper class limit of the fifth class, the answer is simply 79. You don't have to do anything. The answer is simply 79 because 70 is the lower class, 79 is the upper class. So the answer is simply 79. That is it. No, you don't have to solve anything in this case. You don't have to. Then, if you go to Roman figure 2, you go to Roman figure 2, the question says the class mark of the third class. Now, we have mentioned two things now, class interval. The class interval and the range from year to year, from this one to this one, is called class interval. Under the class interval, you have lower class limits and upper class limits. So I hope that is clear. The lower class is the first one, the upper class is the second one. So what about class mark? How do we get class mark? Class mark, you can use these two to obtain class mark. Just as every other one, you can use anyone could obtain class mark. Let's use the first one, 30 to 39. The 30 to 39, remember we said it's called class interval. That is what it's called, class interval. It's called class interval. Then under it, this is the lower class. I will say this is lower class. Why this is the upper class. So you can only see lower class and upper class from a class interval. Now the question they are asking us now, they are asking for class mark. Class mark. The class mark is represented with the symbol X. That's what the class mark is represented as. It represented with the symbol X. How do you get your class mark? The class mark is the sum, is the upper class plus the lower class. Upper class plus the lower class divided by 2. That's how you calculate your class mark. The upper class plus the lower class divided by 2. So if you go back to the question now, they are asking of the class mark of the third class. This is the first class. The first one is the first class. This is the second class. This is the third class. So they are asking of the class mark of the third class. So we are dealing with what? 50 to 59. So if I go by the formula, now let's apply this formula now to determine the class mark. So we're going to have 59, which is the upper class, plus 50, which is the lower class, divided by 2. This is X. It's called X, like we said. The upper class plus the lower class divided by 2. So if you sum up, 50 plus 59 will give us 109. You divide it by 2. So what is now our class mark now of the third class? All you need to do is to divide by 2. You are going to have 54.5. This is now the class mark of the third class. So I believe it's understood. If you want to find your class mark, you add upper class plus lower class, you divide it by 2. It depends on the class mark they are asking of. Like they are asking for the third class. So I will start counting from the beginning to get the third. The third is 50 to 59. Divided by 2, that will give us 54.5. That will give us 54.5. So let's go to Roman figure 3. Roman figure 3. So we should determine the class boundary. The class boundary of the sixth. Who is now the sixth? This is the fourth. This is the fifth. And this is the sixth. So they are asking of 80 to 89 now. Because they said it's of the sixth class. So we are dealing with 80 to 89. So how do we get our class boundary? The class boundary is also gotten from the class interval. Remember we said the ones on top are the class intervals. So you can get your class mark from it. You can get your upper class from it. You can get your lower class from it. You can get your class boundary from it. So how do we get our class boundary now? This one involves a simple principle. Let's use the Let's use anyone for example. I'll come back to answer our question. Let's use 40 to 49 as a case study to determine our class boundary. So we have 40 to 49. So what you do in this case, to get the class boundary, we are looking for class boundary. Class boundary. Class boundary. So what you do, you subtract 0.5 from this to give you the lower class boundary, UCB, SCB. Then you add 0.5 to this. This is minus 0.5. Why this is plus 0.5 to give you the upper class boundary, which is UCB, upper class boundary. So if I add 0.5 to this, that will give me 49.5. If I subtract 0.5 to this, give me 39.5. So the first one is now your lower class boundary, while the other one is now your upper class boundary. You subtract 0.5 from the lower class, you add 0.5 to the upper class. So if you go back to the question now, let's go back to the question. We are dealing with the sixth class, which is the 80 to 89. So what are they asking of? The class boundary of the sixth. So they didn't tell us whether it's the lower class boundary or the upper class boundary. So we are dealing with the two. We are going to deal with the two. So we'll be having 80 to 89. 80 to 89. So like I said, you subtract 0.5 from the lower class and add 0.5 to the upper class. So if I subtract 0.5, I'm going to have 79.5. If I add 0.5, it will give me 89.5. So this is the class boundary of the sixth class. Yeah, that's the class boundary of the sixth class. I believe it's understood. Let's go back to the question. Question Roman figure 5. It says find the percentage of students whose weekly viewing does not exceed 60 minutes. Does not exceed 60 minutes. So, how many students view from 30 minutes to 60 minutes? Does not exceed 60 minutes. So, this one is within, 30 to 39 is within 60 minutes. 40 to 49 is within 60 minutes. 50 to 59 is within 60 minutes. But 60 to 69 has gone beyond 60 minutes. So how do we get the percentage of those now who view within 60 minutes? So how many people first? Number of people view within 15 minutes is 14 plus 46 plus 58. These are the people who view within 60 minutes. So if you add them up, what are we going to have? 14 plus 46 plus 58. That will give us 118 persons. 118 people view within 60 minutes. So how do you get the percentage now? Remember, we know the total number of students who participated in the exercise, 290 people. So the percentage will be percentage within 60 minutes. Within 60 minutes will be the number of those that view within 60 minutes, number within 60 minutes, number within 60 minutes over the total, it's times 100 over 1. So it's the asking of percentage times 100 over 1. That's 100 over 1. So the number of those within 60 minutes over the total number of people who participated times 100 over 1. So that will give us 118 over 290 times 100 over 1. So what are we have? We're going to have 11800. That means if I should multiply 118 by 100, you have to give us 11800 divided by 290. All you need to do now is to press your calculator. 11800 divided 290. That will give us 40.7% of people view within 60 minutes. 40.7% of persons view within 60 minutes. Let's go back to the question. That is question Roman figure 5. Let's check for Roman figure 6 if there is any. Let's check for question Roman figure 6. So if you have any question, you can ask. If you have any question, you can ask. So in the absence of none, we're going to continue. So let's see what question we have next. Let's see the question we have next. Try to shift this question forward. Okay. Okay, let's see the next question. Roman figure 5. They are asking of us relative frequency. They are asking of us of relative frequency. Relative frequency, just as percentage, has a formula too. Relative frequency has a formula. So in this case, we are just dealing with frequency. Relative frequency. So of the 6th class, who is the 6th class? We've done that before. The 6th class is this. Relative frequency of the 6th class. So what is the frequency of the 6th class? Is 62. So the frequency of the 6th class is 62, and the total frequency is 290. So what will be the relative frequency now? Our ROF, which is called relative frequency, is the frequency they ask of over total or sum of frequency times 100 over 1. The frequency they require, I'm going to put 6, frequency of the 6 now. To be more specific, the frequency of the 6th class over the total frequency times 100 over 1. So let's check the frequency of the 6th class. Who is that? Is 62. And our total frequency is 290. So I'm going to have relative frequency now of the 6th is now 62 over 290 times 100 over 1. So if I multiply, I'm going to have 6200 divided by 290. So my ROF, which stands for relative frequency, will give us what? So if I divide from my end, 6200 divided by 290, that will give us 21.4%. That is now the relative frequency. 21.4%. That is how to calculate the frequency they ask for over the total times 100 over 1. That's how you determine relative frequency. So if I go back to the question, and think that is the whole of question 1, and they make question 1 mandatory. It's a compulsory question. So with that, I think you've trashed it. Like I said, you can look up definition of statistics. It's all about the collection and analyzing and computing data. The types of statistics, descriptive and inferential. That's question A. Question B, we stated the meaning. And question C, we also described, we have calculated all that is required here. So with that, we can advance to question 2. Question 2. Like I said, if you have any question, you may ask. You can advance to question 2. So question 2, no question, let's continue. Question 2 says 540 different animals were kept in the farm of National Open University of Nigeria, Kaduna, as shown in the table below. So 540 different. So how did they come about the 540? How did they come about that 540? If you sum 15, 30, 90, 45, 150, 108, 102, it's going to give you this 540. If you sum all of them together, you're going to have 540. So that's how they came about the 540. So the next question says we should calculate the percentage composition of each category of each animal. The percentage composition of each category of each animal. Percentage is the animal over the total times 100 over 1. And the total is 540 as we just seen. So the percentage of cow will be number of cow over the total times 100 over 1. It's number of cow over the total times 100 over 1. So that's how you get your percentage. Okay, so let's try it out. If you try it out, but I believe, you can hear me, I believe this question is wrong. It's not ought to be percentage. It's supposed to be sector. Not ought to be percentage. It's supposed to be sector. Because you are going to use it to answer this question too. This Roman figure 2. You will use it to answer Roman figure 2. But we are going to do both of them, but I believe the question is wrong. Since it requires you to use it to draw a pie chart, that means it's a wrong question. But we are going to do it in both. We are going to calculate the percentage and also calculate the sector, so that you know in case anyone comes, you know the right thing to do. So let's start with the percentage of cow. So for cow, will be the number of cow over total animals. Total animals times 100%. So this is how you calculate percentage. The number of cow needed over the total animals times 100. So for cow, how many cow do we have? We have 15. So that would be 15 over 540, which is total number of animals times 100 over 1, which is 1500 divided by 540. 1500 divided by 540. So let's multiply from here. 1500 divided by 540. That will give us a 2.78%. That will give us 2.78%. The percentage of cow now give us 2.78. I hope that is understood. Give us 2.78. Okay, 2.78%. Then let's go to the next one. Who is the next animal? Is dog. How many dogs do we have? 30. So for dog, we are going to have dog, which is number of dog, which is 30 over 540 times 100 over 1, which is 3000 over 540. So 3000 divided by 540, that will give us 5.56%. That will give us 5.56%. That is for the dog. So the next one is the goat, which is 90 goats. We are going to have, for goat, we are going to have, number of goats is 90 over 540 times 100 over 1, which is 9,000 over 540. So if you multiply, and I want to divide now, 9,000 divided by 540 from this end, that will give us 16.67%. That is for goats. If you go back, you have pig, 45. You have the same process, 45 over 540 times 100. Rabbit, 150 over 540 times 100. Turkey, 108 over 540 times 100. And sheep, 102 over 540 times 100. So that's how you get the percentage of those. It's actually, they are asking for percentage, which I believe is not ought to be percentage. The question is supposed to be the sector composition of each animal. Because we are going to use it. Say, you sketch the pie chart representation of this animal. That is why I believe is not sector because of the Roman figure 2. I'm supposed to use Roman figure 1 to answer Roman figure 2. So how do we do sector? A sector is a circle divided into different parts. That is a sector. When you divide a single circle into, this is a circle now. When we share circle into different parts, is what we call a sector. And this is a pie chart. This is a pie chart. A sector make up a pie chart. So when you divide circle into different sections, the circle itself is called the pie chart, while the division are called the sector. So from our secondary school, we are told that sum of angle at a point, because all of them meet here, this place. Sum of angle at a point is 360. Meaning, if you sum all the sectors together, all the sector angles together, you are going to have 360. So how does that connect to this question? To calculate or draw a pie chart, you must calculate the sector for each animal. So let's do that now. So how do I calculate the sector for cow? How do you calculate the sector for cow? For cow, I will know that total angle is 360. So for cow, we're going to have 15 over the total, which is 540 times 360 degrees. Because we just agree, sum of angle in this circle is 360, which is this. Is 360. That's why we are using 360. So if I multiply and divide, we're going to have 15 times 360. That will give us 400 divided by 540. That will give us 10 degrees. So that's why I believe it's a sector, not percentage. That question is wrong. So this is how you do sector. 15 over 540 times 360. That will give us 10%. So if I go to the next one is dog. How do you calculate the sector for dog? The same procedure. For dog, we are going to have number of dog is 30 over total animals 540 times the sector, angle in the sector is 360. So if I multiply 30 times 360, that will give us 10,800 divided by 540. If I divide this, that will give us 20 degrees. So this is what the question says, not the other way around. So this is how you will continue each of them to the last one. This is how you continue each of them to the last one, which is sheep. So let's do for the last one, the sheep. So for sheep, I'm going to have number of sheep is 102 over the total number of animals is 540 times the angle sector is 360. So I'm going to have 102 times 360. That will give us 36720 divided by 540. If I divide, what will I have? Divide 540 from here, I'm going to have 68 degrees. So this is what the question requires. This is how you calculate for sector. But the first one is how you calculate for percentage. So instead of using percentage is 100, that's why we are using 100. For a sector in a circle, total angle is 360, that's why we are using 360 in this case. So how do we translate this to draw a pie chart, which is Roman figure 2? Question Roman figure 2. How do we translate it to draw a pie chart? Like I said, a pie chart is a circle divided into different sectors. So first of all, you're supposed to use a pair of compass at a very large radius to draw a thick circle. While you take note of the center. Take note of the center where you put the pin to draw the pie chart. So you can look it up. You can look how pie chart is constructed. I don't have a drawing instrument here, so I may not be able to give you clearly how it's constructed. So the next thing, you have to draw a straight line from there to hit one side of the circle. Then you use a protractor. That thing that look like this in a mathematical set. It's calibrated. Here is 0, here is 180. There's somewhere here is 90. You have to use that. Yes, somewhere here is 10, 20 to get to 90, 100, 110 to get to 180. So you place this point. You place this point now, this 0 to 180 along this line. Along this line. Then you measure the first angle. Who is the first angle there? Let's go back to it. Who is the first angle calculated? Is 10. Then you measure 10 degrees as the first angle. So from here to here now, I will measure 10. I will roll it. Then you now put your t-square in this manner. T-square will not be in this manner now. You can change it. It will not be this manner. Then from here you measure 20. You roll it. Just like that till you get to the last one, which is 68 degrees. So the question actually is for sector, not for percentage. Because on either way, you know how to do the two now. For percentage and for a sector. So that's how you do for sector. I believe it's clear. If you have any question, you may ask. Then, question B is define each of the following terms. Mode. Mode is the number with the highest frequency. The simple definition. Mode is the number with the highest frequency. Question 2, you say you should define range. So all these definitions, you can definitely look them up. I think they are in the material. Question 2 says you should define range. Range is defined as the difference. The word difference means minus. As the difference between the highest number and the lowest number. That's how you define a range. As the difference between the highest number and the lowest number. Then the next one says you should define quartile. The word quartile is gotten from quarter. Quarter is over 4. So quartiles are values that divide an order set of data into 4 equal parts. The word quarter means 4. You say quartiles are values that divide an order or set of numbers or data into 4 equal parts. Then percentile is taken from the word percentile is taken from the word percentage. It's taken from the word percentage. So this time around, we are dividing a set of data or numbers by what? By 100. That's what I mean by percentile. It's taken from the word percentage. And each of them is 1 marks. That is the 4 marks. Then question 3 says to differentiate between Spermer rank order and Poisson biserial correlation. Like all these things are in the textbook. I'll look up all those definitions.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, please, the percentile, please, I didn't get it.
Okay, all right. Let me come again. But you got the rest?
Yes.
Okay, so the percentile, I didn't hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay. So the percentile is dividing a set of data or numbers into 100 equal parts. Dividing a set of data or number into 100 equal parts. That is the percentile.
Thank you.
Okay. Then the next one is say give 2 characteristics of a standard score. Like I said, you can look them up. All these things are there. There are many definitions. Mention 4 methods by which open and distance learning TME score can be standardized. Open and 4 methods by which open and distance learning can be standardized.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes.
Please, can you throw that's number 3A, please? That's Spermer rank order. Just give us a little the differentiation of the
Between Spermer rank order.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Spermer rank order is used to determine the relationship between 2 variables. Let me say X and Y. It's used to differentiate two variables, such as x and y, used to test or determine the relationship between two variables. So if I say, for instance now, boys perform better than girls, or let me say girls perform better than boys in mathematics. So that is an hypothesis. Are you getting it? That is, a hypothesis is a declarative statement. So the Spearman rank correlation order is to state the relationship between the two. Why is it so? Is it a true statement or a false statement? So it's used to test for hypothesis. That's what the Spearman rank is used for. Why the other one, they call it point Becerra correlation. So correlation also is to test relationship between two variables. That's what correlation is used for. It's also test relationship between two variables, but this time is to measure or test relationship between continuous variable and discontinuous variable. That is what this point Becerra correlation is used for, to test the relationship between continuous variable and discontinuous variable. That's what it's used for. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear now.
Okay.
It's clear.
So
Thank
the
you.
other one, say give two characteristics of a standard score. Anybody knows that? Characteristics of a standard score as used in our TMA test, what's it called? Test tutor mark assessment, right? A big score.
Yeah, tutor mark assessment.
Yes. So, what are the four methods we use four methods by which you can standardize our scores? Anybody knows that? So there are actually different methods you can use. It's to moderate scores. When you write now, you get maybe 30 or 25, and they will record it. It's to moderate scores. That's one method. Then it's to also equip the teacher or the lecturer as the students are faring. And maybe if they are performing poor, it may make them to reduce the nature of the questions, or maybe it means that maybe they are not doing something right, or maybe they are not using the right teaching aid or instructional aid to teach. So generally, it's for formative evaluation, to test whether you actually understand what you have read. So these are two methods. You can look up the other two methods of doing so. Then the Roman got two questions. Say give two characteristics of a standard score. Number one, it allows comparison. Why this score is better than the other. Two is to express derivative units of scores. So these are some of the characteristics. Or like all these things, like I said, they are in your materials. You can definitely look them up. They are there. So with that, I think we are done with question 3A. So let's advance to question 3B. Let's see what they have for us there. The question 3B says calculate the mean of the following set of scores in educational statistics method for 100 students using assume mean method. So, like I said, if you add 5, 18, 42, 27, and 8 together, it will give you this 100 you have here, which represents your summation F, or total frequency. You can try it out. 5 plus 18 plus 42 plus 27 plus 8 will give you 100. That is how you know whether the number he actually gave you there is right, is correct or not. So for in examination condition, make sure you add up to be sure it is 100. Then, so we calculate mean using an assumed mean. So it has a formula. One thing about statistics is that you will know the formula. The formula will help you to track what you are doing. You can know the formula will give you a sense of direction of what you are doing. So let's first of all state the formula of an assumed mean. Okay? So mean itself is called x bar, which is A plus summation FD over summation F, where the A is we call the A the assumed, our A is the assumed mean. Our A is the assumed mean. While D is called deviation. The D is called deviation. Then F, as we know before, is frequency. So now that I've written the formula as this, so with this formula will now guide me to solve the question. That means I need to get summation F. I need to get deviation. Then multiply the frequency with the deviation. Then I also need to get my assumed mean. I think so. A formula that will guide you to the solution. So if you don't know the formula, it will be difficult for you to do anything about the question. It will be very, very difficult for you to do anything about it at all if you don't know the formula involved in a particular question. So you can see all the calculations we've been doing since, they require formulas. All of them require formulas. So if you don't know the formula, like I said, it will be difficult for you to do anything at all about it. So we are asked to find the mean now using an assumed mean. So how do we get the assumed mean? You can get the assumed mean from the table they gave to you. You can get the assumed mean from 61, 64, 67, 70, and 73. So from these numbers, you can get the assumed mean. So anybody have an idea how you can get the assumed mean from this table? I want suggestion. Anybody know how you can get the assumed mean?
Assuming, what do you mean, sir?
I can hear you.
Okay, I assuming should be the
You said?
number. Is not the number total summation of the number all over summation of the numbers now all over the number.
No, that method is okay. 61 plus 64 plus 67 plus 70 plus 73. That will give us 335 divided by 5. That will give me 67. So you are very correct. The assumed mean is our 67. So this is our A. That's the assumed mean now. It's our A. You get it? So in place of this assumed mean now, we've gotten the value. Our A now is 67. That's the A. So the next question is, how do we get all this? The remaining parts to calculate the mean. How do we get the remaining parts? So first of all, we need frequency, we need deviation, and we need total frequency. So let's draw a table for it. That means we need to draw a table for it, the score and frequency. And we need a table for score and frequency. So I will draw this table now. The score is your X, then the F is your frequency. So what is the first value there? What is the first score there? Is 61. Frequency is 5. We have 61. Frequency is 5. We have next. We have 64. Frequency is 8. Next. We have 67. frequency is 42, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have 70, frequency is 27. We have 70, frequency is 27. Then we have 73, right? Let me check. We have 73, frequency is 8. 73, frequency is 8. So, then next, let's get our deviation. The deviation is A minus your score, which is the assumed mean minus the score. Don't forget our assumed mean A is what? Is 67. So I'm now having 67 minus, which is the score there? 61. 67 minus 61, that will give us 6. Then 67 minus 64, that will give us 3. 67 minus 67, that will give us 0. 67 minus 70, that will give us minus 3. Then 67 minus 73, that will give us minus 6. Okay? Then the next one, you need to get summation. No, you need to get summation, or let me just say FD. Let me not put summation yet. Let's just say the next one is FD. Meaning your frequency is multiplying the deviation. So if the first frequency there is 5, which is the deviation 6. So 5 times 6 will give me 30. The next one is 8 and 3. That will give us 24. The next one is 42 times 0. That will give us 0. Then 27 times minus 3. That will give us minus 81. Then 8 times minus 6. That will give us minus 48. So if you go back to the formula we wrote earlier, we have gotten all the information we needed. So now we can calculate the mean. We've gotten all the information we needed. We cannot calculate the mean. So first of all, I'll find summation FD. I'll find my summation F. So what is summation FD? That means I'm adding everything here to give me the sum of summation FD. So my summation FD will be 30 plus 24 plus 0 plus minus 81 plus minus 48. That will give us minus 75. Then summation F, total frequency, is 100. Or you can still add everything here. You can still add everything here together, will give you 100. So now that I've gotten this, we cannot calculate the mean now. Cannot calculate the mean. So my X bar now, which is the mean, is now my assumed mean 67 plus my summation FD minus 75 divided by 100. So X bar will give us 67 plus minus 75 divided by 100. You write the value there, minus 0.75. So if you add it to 67, what are we having? That will give us 66.25. This is not the mean. 66.25. I hope that is clear also. I hope that is clear. So if you have any questions, you may ask. So that is that for question 3B. Then question 4A down is this one. This one is under advanced statistics. The Hanover, Maneuver, Ancover, and Maneuver. So those ones, they are advanced statistics. So the Hanover, you can see write it down, stands for the Hanover. Hanover. It stands for analysis of variation. Hanover stands for analysis of variation. Stands for analysis of variance. Analysis of variance, not variation. Analysis of variance. That's what the ANOVA stands for. Then we also have the MANOVA. We also have MANOVA. Let me write it on the board. MANOVA. MANOVA. So this one stands for multivariant. Multivariance analysis of multivariant is just the multivariant analysis of variance. Analysis of variance. That is what the MANOVA stands for. Let's go to the next one and see. The next one is ANCOVA. Next one is ANCOVA. I don't know if you've written that. Next one is ANCOVA. Let me go to the next page. ANCOVA. All these ones, they are under advanced statistics. Here is analysis of covariance. Analysis of covariance. That is what the ANCOVA stands for. Then the other one, MANCOVA. The MANCOVA stands for multivariant analysis of covariance. Analysis of covariance. So those are their meaning. They fall under advanced statistics. I don't know if those things are in the material. I don't know, but you can check it out to be sure if they are there or not. And I don't know for sure. Then the next one, which of the following inferential statistic measure t-test? So you're asking us now, which is the ANOVA or the ANCOVA or multiple regression? Which of the following measure t-test? T-test, like I said, is used to test for hypothesis, just like the chi-square. So the ANOVA is used to test for inferential statistics. We have t-test, we have the ANOVA, we have the ANCOVA, we have multi-regression. No, sorry, it's not the ANOVA. We use t-test to test for inferential statistics. Like I said, the t-test is to test for hypothesis. It's used to test for the inferential statistics. Then the second question, if t calculated is this and t table is this, what decision would you take on the... Yes?
The II, you said the II is what?
The II, is t-test. We use t-test for that. T-test. Which is the first one here? That's the first one.
Okay.
T-test. Yeah, t-test. That's what we use.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Then the second, figure 3, if t calculated, that is if you have done calculating your t value, the 0.175 is calculated t value. Why the t table value is showing 2. Okay. Okay, they are asking of, sorry. Yeah, they are asking of each of them. You say, what does each of the following test for? What does each of the following test? So yeah, we are going to deal with these tests. We are going to deal with ANOVA, going to deal with ANCOVA, and we are going to deal with ANOVA and ANCOVA and the multiple regression. So the first one, t-test. So let's deal with the t-test first. T-test. The t-test is used to determine whether there's a significant difference. Like I told you that time, it's to test for hypothesis. It's used to determine whether there's a significant difference between two groups. Like boys perform better in physics than girls. So the test will determine whether it is true statement or a false statement. Hypothesis is just a declarative statement. So it is the test that will determine whether that statement is true or false. So to determine whether there's a significant difference between two groups, that is for the t-test. Between two groups or more, that's for the t-test. Then the ANOVA, please, you can write them. Number 2 is the ANOVA. Is the ANOVA. The ANOVA is used to test. Let me just write it. Is used to test. Is used to test whether they are, just like the t-test, whether they are significant difference, whether they are significant difference, whether there is significant difference among the means of 3 or more groups, among the means of 3 or more groups. So that's or more groups. That is what the ANOVA is used for. Then number 3, we have the ANCOVA. ANCOVA. Number 3, we have the ANCOVA. I hope you have written it. I want to go to a new page.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to go to the next
Yes,
page
you are
because of
right.
time. Okay. Then the next one is
Yeah.
ANCOVA. ANCOVA. So like all these, like I said, they are used to test. Used to compare group mean. Is used to compare group mean while controlling the effects, while controlling the effects, of another variable. That is what the ANCOVA is used for. And lastly, the multiple regression. Multiple regression, this one is used to test the value of dependent variable using 2 or more independent variable. It's used to test the value of dependent variable using 2 or more independent variable. The multiple regression. Let me go to the other page. Multiple.
Sir, please.
You said?
Repeat it. Repeat the. He said it's used to test
Is used
the
to
value of.
is used to test or predict the value of a dependent variable using 2 or more independent variable. is used to test or predict the value of a dependent variable using two or more independent variables. That is what the multiple regression is used for. That's what it's used for. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
So let's check the next question and see. Let's check the next question and see what they have there. I can't find this question. Give me a minute, let me search for it. Okay. So the Roman figure 3, we have t-test. Like I said, the t-test is for hypothesis to test whether a statement is true or false. So he said, and the t-test have a formula. He said after using the formula, they got 0.175 as a value. They also have a t-test table value. It's like a 4-figure table. It's present in 4-figure table. You go back to 4-figure table, you are going to see t-table. So the t-table shows that the value is 2.042. So the question is, what decision will you take on the non-hypothesis at 0.05 level of significance? So the non-hypothesis, it means that somebody make a statement. There is no difference in performance between boys and girls in mathematics. That is a non-hypothesis. There's no difference in performance between boys and girls in mathematics. We also have alternative hypothesis. Alternative says there's a significant difference between boys and girls when it comes to mathematics. So, but now they are using the non-hypothesis. That means there's no difference at all when it comes to performance on boys and girls in mathematics. So the conclusion we can draw from here, with t calculated and t table, with the level of significance of 0.05, what decision can you make from there? Now, look at the decision rule. Let me state the decision rule for you, in case you say anything like that. Decision. So how do you make decision based on the values that you have? Please take this one very seriously. Decision rule. 1, you reject the hypothesis. Reject means you reject the statement or the hypothesis. If, which is HO, you reject the non-hypothesis. The HO stands for the non-hypothesis, while HI stands for alternative hypothesis. You reject the non-hypothesis if T you calculated greater than T table. Then you accept the non-hypothesis. You accept the non-hypothesis if T calculated is less than T table. If T calculated is less than T table, you accept it. So now let me tell you a secret. Now, if you want to know the two, you will get confused. So just know one. The one you know is the opposite of the other one. So just know one of it. Just know whether you are just know the one of rejection or not the one of acceptance. But don't try to know the two. Anyone you know is the opposite of the other. Okay? So you can know the one of accept if you want to. You can know the one of reject. If you know the one of reject, so you should be able to know the one of accept. Accept will be what? Less than T table. And reject is greater. Accept is less. Now let's check the values we have. If the T table is less than or greater than the T value. So what's the T table now? Is 0. Our T table value, our T calculator is 0.175. Then our T table is 2.042. So you can see that T table is less than T value. So, sorry, the T calculated is less than the T table. So what decision are we making? Are we accepting the hypothesis or we are rejecting the hypothesis? we are accepting it because it's t calculated is less. This one is 0.175. This one is 2.046. So since this one is less than this, you accept the non-hypothesis. Is that correct? That means there's no significant difference between the two. Performance of boys and girls when it comes to mathematics. So I believe that is understood. So next, let's find the next question. It said,
significance of what?
I didn't hear you.
It's not significance of what?
There's no significant difference. A non-hypothesis means
Okay.
there's no significant difference between two group of people when it comes to performance tests or performance evaluation. There's no significant difference between two sets of people. Let me say boys and girls in chemistry. Performance, there's no significant difference. Meaning boys and girls do equally. They do equally. No one performs better than the other. So we accept the non-hypothesis that there's no significant difference between the performance of two groups. Then question B.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, please. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
What year question is this, sir?
I don't really know.
I'm
I just
struggling to
downloaded
get
it
the
from.
year
I didn't
written
really
on.
check. Let me go through it.
Oh,
I didn't really check.
It's 219.
219.
213.
Okay, it's 213. Okay. I did not really check it. Okay. Okay. So, so what's the question B? You say, what is hypothesis? Like I said, it's a declarative statement to determine whether a statement is true or false. That is hypothesis. It's a declarative statement to state or to determine the relationship between two variables. It's a declarative statement to determine the relationship between two variables to test for statistical tests. That's the definition. When we have two types of hypothesis, we have the non-hypothesis, which is the non HULA, and we have the alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis. So these things are common in research. They are very common in your research. All these words, the non, this N, sorry.
That means you say hypothesis is what?
It's a declarative statement. Okay?
Yes.
To predict the relationship between two variables. To predict the relationship between two variables. That is hypothesis. It's a declarative statement to predict the relationship between two variables. That is hypothesis. And they have two types. We have the non-hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. The non and alternative hypothesis. Those are the two types of hypothesis, non and alternative. Okay? Then let's go to the next question. It said, enumerate 3 types of sampling techniques. All these things are present in your research. If you have done research, there are types of sampling techniques there. We have a simple random sampling, stratified sampling, and systematic sampling. So types of sampling, we have number 1, we have simple random sampling. Number 2, we have stratified sampling. They are present in research. All these things are there. Number 3, we have systematic sampling. So these are the types of sampling techniques that we have. These are the type of sampling techniques that we have to sample data. We use any of these methods. Let's go back to the last question, which is probability. Let me raise it up so everybody can see it well. I also have another question B there, B1 and B2. So let's look at question A first. It says a box contains 3 white balls and 2 black balls. While the balls are drawn and not replaced. So this is the probability without replacement. So maybe they have 30 balls in a bag. You took one out, you didn't put it back. That's what I mean. That's without replacement. We remove one ball, you didn't put it back. That means the number of balls in the bag will reduce by 1. Anytime you take from it, you didn't drop it, it will reduce by 1. That is called the probability without replacement. The question is, what is the probability that a red ball, the first ball drawn is black? The first ball drawn is black. So let's see how we do this. Now, I will take into account numbers of white balls. Numbers of white is 3 balls. Then numbers of black is 2 balls. So let's assume this is the bag. We have white balls, 3 of it, and you have 2 black balls. Let me use yellow to represent the black balls, because I don't have black marker in my system. So these are the number of balls in the bag. So let's look at what is the total number of balls now? So total number of balls is called the sample space. We're now having 3 plus 2, which is 5 balls. Which is 5 balls. So with this now, can I answer the question? Question number 1. So what is the probability that the first ball drawn is black? So probability of black, which is B, probability of B, so black, is the number of black balls over sample space. That means you take one ball. How many black balls do we have? Is 2 over what? 5. That's the probability of black ball. Now you take black ball, which is 2 over 5.
The normal probability.
What's that?
Are you using your head?
You said what?
It's not your
Okay. Then remember 2. Second ball drawn is also black. Second ball drawn is also. We took the first ball, which is a black ball. We didn't take it back. Now you're not removing. You're not taking on that black ball. So if I take that ball, I didn't take it back. That means I have 4 balls left. So I have 4 balls left. So remember 2, prob B2, which is second black ball, which now will be 2 divided by 4. Because by taking the black ball, the number of balls in the bag I've replaced, I've reduced. I didn't put it back. So the number of balls now we don't have 5 but 4. So 2 here 1, 2 here 2. Our answer is now 1 over 2. Then Roman figure 3. Now figure 3. Probably that both balls are black. Both balls are black. That means probability. The first one is black. The second one is black. So probability of the first ball is black is 2 over 5 times 1 over 4. I take the first ball, which is black, 2 over 5. The number of black balls are reduced to 1, and the total number of balls are reduced to 4. So probability of the second one will be 1 over 4. So 2 here 1, 2 here 2. Our answer is now 1 over 10. That is now the solution to the question. That is the solution to the question. Question B, Roman figure 1 and 2. Say differentiate between subjective and objective probabilities. Explain 5 features
excuse me,
of randomization in sampling
sir, please,
process.
sir, please. I didn't get that probability
Oh, the
solving. Can you
probability?
help? Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the first question.
So the man,
Are you done with it?
The down is called. I cannot really see it.
I didn't hear you.
The down part of it, that place.
Okay.
Probability.
This is x, n bracket x, n. Let me rewrite it. This is over n bracket x, which stands for sample space or total number of balls. It stands for sample space or total numbers of balls.
Sir, can you help me with the explanation again, please?
Okay. Now, let's go back to the question. You say a box contains 3 white and 2 black balls. Why the balls drawn are not replaced? That means in a bag, let's say you have 5 balls in a bag, you took one out, you didn't put it back. That's what they mean by non-replaced. You remove one, you didn't put it back. You remove another one, you didn't put it back. So if I remove one from the bag, the total number of balls in the bag will reduce to 4 because there are 5. If I take another one out, total number of balls will reduce to 3. Just like that. That's what you mean by without replacements. If you take it back, you don't put it back. You take it from the bag, you don't keep it back. So, first of all, you need to know. First of all, you need to know the total number of balls in the bag. We have 3 white balls and we have 2 black balls. So let's see. So I'm now right. Numbers of white balls is 3. Then the second one, numbers of black balls is 2. So what's that the total number of balls, which is called the x? Total number, this is what you call n is called sample space. That is the x, which is the total number of balls. So we are now having three white plus 2 black. That will give us 5 balls. Now question 1 says, what is the probability that the first ball drawn and the first ball you took from the bag is black? So how many black do we have? It's 2 blacks. So you are going to have 2 black balls divided by the total number, which is 5. That's why we got 2 over 5.
Okay.
Then the second one is
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you want to ask a question?
No, sir. I
Okay.
got this one.
So Roman figure 2, say the second ball you draw now is black. Second ball you draw. Don't forget, you have taken away 1 black ball. You are not taking away another black ball. So that will give us what? Number of black ball is 2 over 4. Because by taking away 1 black ball, total number of balls have reduced to 4. So if I take another black ball, it becomes 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2. The Roman figure 3. It said probability of picking, the 2 balls are black. That's why I use B1 and B2. The first ball is black, second ball is black. So we have a total of 2 black balls. So the first one will be 2 over 5. So if you have to, that means the number of black balls have reduced to 1, which is the 1. And total number of balls are reduced to 4, which is the 4. So I'll cancel out 2 here 1, 2 here 2. 2 times 5 is 10. So I'm left with 1 over 10 as the solution. 1 over 10 as the solution. So that is for that, as far as the question is concerned. Then Roman figure 3, he said, should differentiate between subjective and objective probability. So it's differentiate between subjective and objective probability. Any solution to that? Any solution to subjective and objective probability?
And the only person I never see so married.
Okay. So those are ways of solving probability, subjective and objective. So for the subjective, the probability is based on it's not based on facts. That is subjective. It's not based on fact or data or mathematical calculation. It's just a random probability. While the other one is based on facts, while the subjective is based on facts or individual values. So you can also check it up. Based on subjective is based on personal belief, judgment, experience, or opinion. Means when you say something subjective, it's your own personal opinion. When it's subjective, like when I say now, if we are in the night and I said we are in the morning, that is a subjective statement. But what is objective reality? What is objective truth? We are in the night. So subjective is based on personal belief, preferences, and opinion. While objective is based on facts. Objective is based on facts. So that's the difference between both of them. So the last one, you can check it out. I'll check the last one out. So that will be, check the other question out. Thank you for your presence. If you have any question, like tomorrow we'll still be here after your exam. I believe I was told you're writing this exam on Saturday. So I will still be here tomorrow to discuss. If you have any questions,
Yes, sir.
post it on
Thank you so much, sir.
about any area of interest.
Thank you so
Apart
much,
from
sir.
what we have done.
What time are we meeting tomorrow?
Whether? I didn't hear you.
I said what time are we meeting here
Similar
tomorrow? What
time.
time are we meeting tomorrow, sir?
Similar time, maybe around 7 o'clock. We start early so you can do your personal reading. We start early, spend like an hour or two so you can do your personal reading. Start by 7.
All right, sir.
Yes, so
Thank
thank
you
you
so
for
much.
joining. And
Thank you.
we have a YouTube channel. You can support us by subscribing. We call it STEM Up Africa. So you can just subscribe to it by use to support us. It's
Yes,
free.
yes,
They don't charge
I've
anything.
subscribed.
They don't collect your data. They don't collect
I have
your money.
subscribed.
It's absolutely free.
Yes, yes, I have subscribed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
STEM Up Africa. It's absolutely free. No money is charged. No data is collected. It's free. So, like I said, if you have any question, any specific question you want to know that concerns you, just send to the WhatsApp group. We'll treat it one by one tomorrow. Just send it there. If you are treating it, everybody's benefiting from it. So it's a win-win. But just select the specific area you want to know.
Yes, sir.
All right. So with that,
Thank
I will
you.
take my leave. See you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Have a good night's rest. Thank you.
Maybe your body die your class.
No. I want to check on because it's one for you too. I feel it. Will be
Okay,
necessary.
I hope you enjoy the class.
Okay,
Yes,
that's okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
We did. Please, I like to learn some things this evening that I don't even know before.
What did you say?
Thank you, ma'am. I enjoyed the class because I learned things that I'd have never come across before.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. So
Thank
if
you,
you're
ma.
not, if you've not joined the WhatsApp, sorry, the YouTube channel, we've just sent it. So I know some of you are already there. Maybe the new student, you can join. So on the WhatsApp group, if you have any question, you can post it there so that we'll finalize tomorrow. Then earlier, I think we've done some other statistics before. So maybe I'll just post the playlist on the chat now. Then I'll still post it. I'll still post it later to the WhatsApp group.
Okay, ma. That would be
So I've sent the link to the YouTube channel, so you can join. If you want to rewatch this, I will send the, maybe if you want to rewatch what we've done, I'll post it too, so that you can watch it and follow up and and solve those calculation questions on your own.
okay.
The people they talk me in a chat at the party. So me ask question now which is me to post it if you want to resolve it on the WhatsApp.
Enjoy a shawarma and coke.
As for the chat now,
It's another chance to win a share of 600 million naira in cash. To win, you need to buy, scan, find, and win. Coca-Cola, a recipe for wonder.
Okay, so I've posted the link to the playlist. I think we have about 6 videos there. Alright, okay. We'll continue our discussion on WhatsApp. See you guys tomorrow.
See you too. Thank you, ma.
Alright. Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Yeah. Bye. Same here. Thank you. Good night. Have a
Okay,
peaceful
bye-bye.
night's
Good
rest.
night,
Bye
guys.
for
Yeah.
now.